everybody, and welcome back to Rapture. Welcome back to episode 2. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Last time, we met all of our different deities and our different gods in their different places after being stripped of the rest of their divinity and being told that a being known as the Justicar is on their way to wipe them all off the face of existence. And they were told to meet in the Lady's Woods by Lady Tiamat for a council of the gods to decide what they were going to do. And Lady Tiamat informed them that they could close the doors and close the pathways to prevent Justicar from arriving and finding a way to basically reconnect the rest of the pathways to the other planes of existence. But this was interrupted while the God of Thunder suddenly spoke in the voice of the Justicar and transformed into a horrific lightning-like Hulk and dove at our group at the end of the last session. And that's where we're going to pick up, right where we left off, gang. This massive God of Thunder that has turned into this almost like Hulk gorilla-like shape is diving, and, well, I believe the last one watching would have been Amaris and Crona at the back of the group. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Or would it have been Lily?
She did go down to get the muffins and then walk back up, so it's probably...
I would say it's Lily first then. This fair. Monstrosity is diving towards you. What do you do?
I think she's going to turn very, very calmly, look at it. You should stop.
That's all you got?
You should stop.
It continues to barrel towards you.
Okay. I want to make... what do I want to make pop? Does it still have a heart?
Can you sense that?
I can sense its blood.
Yeah, its blood still running through its godlike heart.
Okay. I would love to make it pop.
All right, go ahead and roll. Let's see. Roll. It would be Unleash the Dark, I suppose. Go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll expend darkness to go ahead because I really need to get rid of some to get an addition. Oh, perfect. That is a 9.
A 9. So you wield your darkness with control and ease. Choose 2. Get past their defense and inflict a condition. Get what you want from them. You can avoid getting harmed. You can gain the upper hand, expose a weakness, or confuse them for some time. You can pick 2.
I would love to harm and confuse it.
Harm and confuse it. So describe to me what this looks like.
Very, very carefully, she rolls up a sleeve, looks at her arm, flicks her hand, and one of the lily tattoos on her arms just bursts to life and blooms. And then in tandem as it blooms, there's just a wrenching in its chest as it just stutters and stutters until something, probably the capillaries surrounding it, burst.
So you see this thing vomit up this torrent of blood as you see it kind of grab its chest, stumbling to the ground for a moment. And you see like the body began to go limp, but then you see like it's almost as if it's if you ever seen a puppet laying on the ground and it gets pulled back up, you see like the limbs kind of begin to raise again as it comes back up, and it's going to do something towards you, and then we're going to have the rest of the gang respond here in a second.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm going to have it roll.
Are you mad at me? Do you want to hurt me back?
It's blind fury in this thing as it raises one of its hands, and you can see like at the elbow the arm kind of flops backwards as lightning crackles out from between where basically lightning was basically holding together its forearm and its like upper arm, its bicep. You see lightning just kind of cracks out towards you, and I need you to roll me 2d6, please.
8
8. So I need you to mark me a condition.
Okay.
As the lightning makes contact and you feel every inch of your body scream in a moment of pain, which condition are you going to mark?
Raging.
Raging. Yep, that tracks. The rest of the crew, you have seen that Lily has engaged this raging god of thunder. What are the rest of you doing?
Can Crona pull out of Amaris's grasp? Like, is it a tight grasp?
I mean, yeah, but she's also probably very focused, so I feel like there would be a momentary lapse in that tightness, making it possible if you did want to slip out.
Yeah, I am gonna slip out because I'm aware of Lily's destructive powers, and I would like to try and get some piece of a specimen. So I would like to also unleash darkness and use my time distortion.
Okay. Okay.
Your what?
What?
What? Go ahead and roll to unleash the darkness.
10.
A 10. So I believe that is still a normal success. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Thank God.
All right. So which two would you like to do?
I would like to harm it.
Okay. In what way? Describe to me what this looks like.
So, as I'm getting a little bit more excited, I'm not as focused on my left hand, and the mechanical casing kind of breaks more than it previously did. And more of like the black ichor and smoke starts to ooze out. And as it touches the form, it starts aging the areas that it's touching.
You see the arm that it used to like shoot its lightning. The black inkiness touches it. You see the arm begins to just rapidly age like a banana on a time lapse, just slowly, like the sinew and the muscle just like disappearing, and the skin beginning to sag as the arm is that right arm has now become like useless as it's just kind of like hanging there by the lightning threads between the elbow and the bicep. And what was the other thing you wanted to do?
If I give one of those up, could I grab a chunk of it for me?
You want to just rip a chunk out of its arm?
Yeah, it's like it's old and aged. It's probably not that connected, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just, as your black ooze kind of goes around it, you're able to wrench away, like I'd say like a large meatball size chunk out of this thing's arm.
Beautiful. That's what I came here for.
Yes, Amaris.
I have a playbook move called Call Me Master.
Of course
It's
you
my
do.
starting move.
What does it do?
So it's no one can resist the call of your dark heart, not for long anyways. So I declare how I mesmerize an onlooking NPC. So this god, and then depending on what I roll, it does different things.
Okay.
So almost in like a siren sound, you watch as this faded light that was once in her chest kind of flare in a like iridescent, prismatic like pulse of light that extends out, and almost like a golden crown forms across her, like a diadem almost, actually, like across her forehead. Her eyes sparkle, and for a brief second, she is like her former self in this little shard of like alluring, look at me, siren song, enthralling light, drawing this creature in.
Okay.
And
Go ahead and roll me
this,
2d6.
energy hits. I got an 8. Is that
An 8. Just barely a success. Choose 2.
Yeah, so on an 8 to 10, you have claimed new worshippers. So they will fulfill a single command exactly as you wish. They will grant you new powers temporarily, or they will create a place of worship and a power in your name. I feel like that third one doesn't make sense, so I get to choose 2. So the first one is going to be a command, and Amaris just quietly is going to say, "You follow me now." And her command with that is going to be, "So stop."
Okay. So you see this thing just like its arm decrepit and old, bleeding profusely from the chest, just kind of stops and stares.
And they will grant me a new power temporarily. I don't know what that would look like, or if that, because I have to choose 2.
You feel your hand just kind of buzz a little bit. Just there's like you can see just little jolts of electricity dancing between your fingers.
Can I walk forward?
Yes.
And can I push that jolt back into it?
Roll me Unleash the Darkness. 2d6.
Ooh. That's a 7.
A 7. So you run back, you walk over, and you put this hand with all of the confidence that Amaris walks around.
I got this.
And you're like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker with his own power. And you walk over, you place your hand on his chest, you unleash the lightning, and you see that glazed look in his eyes that was there just kind of vanishes as you shock him awake. On accident. Using
reverse master what you just mastered.
You just kind of undid what you just did. And you see him take the other hand, and he just slaps you to the side. Amaris, I need you to mark me 1 ruin, please.
Oh, no. Okay.
Hulda and Toby, what are you two doing?
Watching this happen, I think.
You're just watching?
I don't know, because the thing is, realistically here, I think she would have just been like, this is technically not our problem. And right now, there are bigger things at issue, and bigger things at play. In her head, the biggest thing is to keep Fringe safe, because if other gods are now going to go after Fringe because they know something about the doors, or want to maybe persuade them to do something they don't want to, that is a huge, right now, if Fringe doesn't like it or not, they are a chess piece in this 3D chessboard. So that's where her brain is. So she would technically leave, but that's not good gameplay. So I have a question.
Sure.
I've been struggling to try to figure out what my character's powers would be in combat.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have this nifty little idea.
Okay, hit me with it.
She is the deity of lost souls. However, she's very good at finding things. So what if she found something that could help? What if she used her powers to find something, either a weapon or a thing or something that could help, then beat them,
Roll to Unleash the Dark.
Ooh. That is a 7.
Okay. Because a 7 is a failure.
Can I use something?
You want to use a darkness token to add to it? Do you have darkness tokens to spend or bonds to spend?
I should. I
just realized I could have done that. The more you know. The more you know.
It's okay. It's second episode. We're still learning how to play the game.
Yeah.
We're all
yeah,
new to this.
Yes. Let me just, because I did do one of those things. That's a 4. Yeah, I do have a darkness token to use. So I'll use 1.
Use 1. I'll leave this to you. I could pick something for you if you want, but what do you find? You want me to pick for you?
Because I want her to, because she doesn't know what she's going to find. So I don't know. I don't want to know what I'm going to find.
What does it look like when you find something? At least give me that. Is it like reaching into a portal? What does it look like?
I feel like she sees in her mind's eye, maybe no one else sees it, but a will-o-wisp. And she and that's how I kind of see her as a god form, was a kind of a swarm of will-o-wisps. But I feel like she sees other firefly or will-o-wisp maybe go towards a tree or something, and there's a portal that maybe she grabs something out of.
Okay. So you see this will-o-wisp dance over to basically a nearby knot in a tree, one of these massive trees, and you see it just kind of begins to circle around that knot in the tree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, she goes and reaches for it.
You reach into it. Hold on, I have an idea. So what you pull out of the tree, it's small and it is a tube-like shape. And it is full of this glistening white powder.
Does it look like something you would throw? I was thinking the same thing in the chat. Is it something you would throwable, or does it ignite, or does it have does the tube have something to like cover?
There's a stopper. Yeah, there's a stopper on top. Yes. So you can go ahead and give me I think it's grasp keys, if you'd like to roll.
Yeah.
Roll those 2d6 for me.
Yes. Come on. Could I use another darkness token?
If you want, yeah.
Thank you. That would be really nice. Thank you very much. That's an 8.
An 8. So it takes you a moment to recognize what this is. Mm-hmm. This is a substance that is reviled by you and yours, of like the old god kind. Mm-hmm. This is a substance known as spark. It was a substance that was created by a man that caused a lot of trouble on Novum. And it was what he used, him and his cult used to create the new gods. It is, at best, a power boost. At worst, trigger warning for drug use and overdose.
Fascinating. Now, Hulda loves throwing shit, spanner in the works. Sadly, I'm playing a lovely good character here, so I am fighting all the urge to just swallow down. However, there are some crazy bastards in here in this group. So, like, she's gonna look at this. She's gonna look at the 3 people over there and be like, one of them baked really good muffins. So she's like plus the other one is crazy. The third one was a lovely conversation, definitely needs to come into therapy session. So which one deserves the I'm gonna roll for this.
Yeah, roll for it.
So she looks at the lady with the muffin basket.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. And she goes like, Lily, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much would you take a risk to control your own powers and not go incredibly mentally insane, but still be incredibly strong?
Oh, I love risks.
Fantastic. Can you swallow this and try to, like, beat that thing?
Sure.
Fantastic. I loved your muffins, by the way.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'll give you the recipe later.
I would love that. Without butter as well.
Yes!
So clever. So clever.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Now beat them, okay? I'm just going to stand over there.
Yeah.
Far
Thank
away.
you so much. You're so sweet.
No worries. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Sorry,
you throw-
can Crona hear this?
Yeah, oh yeah. You all can hear or see this conversation, except for Amaris, who just got their shit rocked, are presently, I think, getting back up. So before I get to what you do with the vial, I just want to know what Fringe is doing.
I think Fringe has left like Ever's side as Ever's moved off towards the tree. They've just kind of stayed in one place, observing mostly. I would like to unleash the dark and see if I can harm it.
Yeah, do it. Unleash the dark.
It's 12.
What were you trying to do?
So Fringe is going to attempt to tear reality and split the creature in two. Like open a portal, open a passageway inside it, and tear it apart.
That's so sexy.
Describe to me what it looks like.
Fringe, as they are, the unemotive creature that they are, they kind of just lift their hands together and pull them apart. And as they do, like the tips of their fingers that are showing through the bandages, every capillary lights up in molten gold, and they will pull it apart as if they are trying to pull something in front of them open, and there is this spark of like black across sort of the midsection, maybe just below the ribcage on this creature, like thunder that is made of negative space as they shred this hole into the abyss inside them.
So does it like bisect it like Darth Maul style, like
Yeah.
or okay, yes. So when you rend this creature in half, you are the only one who hears this, as you haven't really properly used your strength in a long time. I think you hear it somewhere. You don't know where, but a door swings open. You're not sure which door to where, but a door swung open somewhere. And you can feel something cross the threshold onto the material plane.
For a split second, there's a wave of comfort hearing a door open. You're like, yes, that is meant to happen, yes. And then the feeling of something's passing through without me, without being shepherded, and then there's this kind of a spark of dread that follows immediately after. That's like, wait, they're not supposed to do that. And I think their hands kind of falter a little bit as if they notice that, and that's jarred them.
Okay. The creature falls into two parts. The upper torso is still fucking moving towards the group of you as the legs have fallen flat. But you see basically like the bottom spine of the rib cage is like exposed, just kind of with this lightning pouring out as this hulking thunder god is pulling its way towards you, Lily. What do you do with the substance in your hand?
I'm gonna look at it. I'm not gonna take all of it because that would be dummy dumb. We don't want to do the dummy dumb, but I'm gonna have a little bit.
Do it. What's stopping you? Sorry, that's just.
How are you taking it? Are you snorting it, eating it?
I think she just kind of opens it and very daintily, like you know, like one of those crushed sugar candies.
Yeah,
that you tear.
yeah.
Just kind of like
Look
very
classy.
dainty. Yeah, classy lady.
I need you to roll me a D4 and tell me what
good.
number you rolled.
Oh,
and that's going to be
goody.
how much you consume.
Oh, goody. God, what is that number? Okay, good. 3. Not
3.
a 4, so a 3 is
So
okay.
you consume most of it.
That's fine.
There's a fourth left in the tube.
Yeah.
I need you to mark me a ruin.
Fantastic. I love that.
And
I'm gonna do much. I feel like I know what's gonna
as this substance passes into you, you have spent 900 years looking after yourself and kind of putting Dark Lily into a box. You know, just putting her back there to chill out for a while. Immediately, every single tattoo on you blooms. You feel everyone around you feels this wave of vengeance and rage and bloodlust wash over you. You are at full strength and full power. What do you do?
She's gonna kneel next to him, his upper torso, and just grab his face to stop him from moving, and tighten until there's a slight strain and creaking noise.
You hurt me. And I don't like getting hurt. And I want you to understand something. You will be little more than viscera that I grind beneath my heel. Do you understand that? You will be a stain that I wipe off of my shoe, you pathetic amoeba. You are nothing. Are you scared?
And she's going to amplify the fear in him until his heart gives out completely.
Can you roll Unleash the Dark, but add +3?
9 total.
9. Whoo! You amplify his fear, and you see his eyes go wide to the point that they're bloodshot, and just pops. He just pops
Poor little lamb.
and just splatters the rest of you in viscera of the Thunder God as Lily has killed the Thunder God and falls. Basically, the remains just kind of shower the area. And Lily, you can feel your heart like.
Can I do something?
Yeah, please.
Since the first thing Eva says is, "Oh, that must have been incredibly cathartic," and then she she goes over to Lily, and I wanted to like place a hand on her back, and
Immediately straightens up.
and be like, "Is she back to her former self, or is she like?" So she can feel like feelings, right? If she touches someone.
Mhm.
So Eva's always calm. So she's just gonna like take her hand, and she's gonna show her hand, and she's gonna take her hands and be like, "You did a very brave thing. You were very strong. You were excellent. Now try to come back."
Can you roll reveal your heart for me, Hulda?
Oh yes, I can. That's. Oh wait, that's a lot actually.
It's too much. It's 11.
Oh no.
Too much heart. Too much heart.
So you both need to ask each other this question and answer it. This is how it works.
Trust.
How do I scare you at this moment? So Hulda, you ask that of Brooke, and Brooke, you will ask that of Hulda.
Oh, Brooke or Emma? Because Brooke,
Emma.
she's gonna look at Lily and be wait. The question is, how do I
So
scare you?
out of game right now.
Yes.
How much? Basically, you're gonna ask Brooke, how much do I scare you in this moment? And then Brooke is gonna ask you that question, and you're gonna rate it from 0 to 4.
Gotcha. Like a 2.
2. Okay.
She wants desperately to be calm, so 0.
0. Okay. So Hulda, you're gonna gain 2 darkness tokens,
Oh, okay.
and you are going to gain a bond with what the darkness demands of you.
Ooh.
As Lily turns to look at you, and the level, I think, of bloodlust that is initially in your eyes, Lily, I think for you in a moment, Eva, is just frightening. Just for a slight moment. But Lily, I'll let you take it from there, how you absorb the calm.
I think her hands are just shaking ever so slightly until you feel the grip that has been limp just snap, tighten, and grip your hand. And then finally there's just a calm that washes over her, and oh my goodness, this is going to take so long to get out of my clothes.
Honestly, I completely understand. Do you like tea?
Oh my goodness, I love tea, and I'm so glad you like the muffins.
I love them so much. Do you want to maybe come over and have a cup of tea? I think maybe
That would be
we
so
need a bit of a
lovely.
chat with everything that happened, and I know that maybe you feel a bit overwhelmed, and I
feel
do apologize for putting you in such a vulnerable position.
Oh my goodness,
without
it's okay.
checking
I
stuff.
asked. You asked my permission. It's
I did, but I
okay.
didn't know what the consequences of those actions
Oh my
would
goodness,
be in
it's
such a dire
There are
thing.
no hard feelings. You are so lovely, but I
Absolutely.
appreciate the apology.
No worries. But let's we can go and like get some of the bloodstone stuff. I know a fantastic recipe.
Absolutely.
You know the phrase "old wives' tale"?
Yes.
It was coined by me.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So,
Do you know, between
yeah.
us, if we could bring, maybe we could bring, I kind of feel vibes, and Amaris right now is really, I think.
oh, the
she might
scary,
need to
gorgeous,
talk. Scary,
goddess over
gorgeous.
there.
Yeah. I was gonna do a metaphor with something from my garden, but I think it would be better if someone actually talked to her instead of using metaphors, because I feel like she might get that a lot.
You know what? That is so. Yeah, we can do maybe something really refreshing. Oh, that reminds me. There was a person that I was supposed to plan a therapy session with.
Crona's still there. I think just taking notes, right, Crona?
I'm slowly watching like intently at Lily.
I'm
just
so sorry. Your companion? I wanted to know what was
Fringe.
wrong with the muffins. I saw that it wasn't to their liking, and I didn't know if I needed to adjust the recipe.
No. I don't think they remember how to eat.
Oh my goodness.
Fringe's lovely white clothes are stained very red.
You're
and
all
they're
stained
just
very red.
Stood there, like all floating.
You say that. I'm an all blacks. There's a reason I'm all blacks.
You're good. But he's just standing there, or floating there.
Hi. Hello.
I'll go check on Scary Gorgeous Goddess, okay?
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm gonna go apologize for the blood and the muffins.
Yeah.
I should probably check in with that one. Oh my gosh.
Don't take offense if they're a bit awkward. They're just.
That's okay. Oh my goodness, it's in my hair.
It's okay. We'll get that out in no time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, those fleshy bits they get everywhere. Okay.
Ugh,
You have
don't
fun.
remind me.
Oh, no.
All right.
Either way,
Amara.
the idea of death is
Amaris.
too much.
You are covered in guts. You are covered in Thunder God guts. As I believe Lily walks up to you. Oh, no, not Lily. Eva walks up to you.
Hey. Hi, so I see that you've been dealing with a lot tonight. And I know that your friend over there, Lily, I don't know how close you are, and I do apologize for maybe using the word friend for a bit right now, but would you like to maybe come over to my cabin and we'll get you cleaned up, maybe make you a cup of tea of some sort, and just get you situated and sorted and scented?
Why would you offer to let me come to your place?
Because, to quit the chat, it looks like you're going through a lot. Sorry. That was just me. I just had to get out of my system. Look, it seems like the four of us, five of us, have gone through a lot tonight and maybe fought a couple of, monsters that we shouldn't really have been dealing with, as other gods should have been dealing with things. But I think maybe you should, I can maybe help you out a tiny bit.
I don't need your help.
Well, how are you going to clean that blood off your dress, my love? I have a great recipe to get that out, and it's a beautiful dress, and we don't want to ruin that fabric, do we? I know exactly what I can do to help that out, as well as how to get those bits out of your hair. Me and Death are quite close. Those things happened a lot.
I think she looks down and she begins to cry, and I think when she got hit, there's a tear, because it's very fine fabric.
Oh.
And I think there's a tear where now the same matching for her finger is where her heart would have been. And that power she had been hoarding. So I think there's this collective moment where she looks down, looks up at you, and there's this brief her walls crumble a little bit, and you're like, oh.
I would like to think that, again, because she wears layers, she's gonna just take her cloak off and just put it around her shoulders to hide the tear, because she feels oh, this is maybe a bit vulnerable. And she's like, let's go to mine. All right.
Can you roll to reveal your heart?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what you're doing.
All the rolls.
All the rolls. So that's
6 + 3. Math.
So a 9.
9. It's a bit better.
Your heart reaches theirs, and you get to choose one, Hulda. You get to choose one too, Kayla. So you grow closer, and you can gain a bond with them. Or they soothe your heart, clear one condition. They taught you something, mark an XP. Or they gave you hope, clear one ruin. Both of you can choose one from that list.
Ooh.
Well, sorry, there was
So gain a bond with each other, soothe your heart, clear a condition, teach you something, mark an XP, or they gave you hope and you can clear 1 mark of ruin.
I'm gonna choose bond.
Okay.
I think that's the one that makes the most sense for what's happening right now.
I also agree, and I think Amaris would do a bond as well, if that's okay.
Okay. So you both are now bonded. Go ahead.
Where's Crona?
Ooh! Person writing needs therapy. Yes, over there. Are you acquainted?
Technically married, but it's up in the air.
It's always like that case with gods. That's okay. 900 years does a lot to us. Do you want us to invite them as well, or would that just be awkward? Or would you prefer to have their presence around?
So we're all going to your place? This
Why
invitation
not?
was extended to other people, not just me?
Well, only the ones that I feel need it. They're special ones. We have Lily over there that I gave very dangerous powder to that I could have killed by any moment, but was very brave and took it. That also, exploded the entire thing. Very cathartic, very powerful, very scary, and I do feel a bit bad. So I am, going to clean her things as well. Fringe over there, as you can see, floating around, very, very sweet. Very scared that something might happen to them, because other gods might be vengeful and use them as a chess piece in their own game in this entire dilemma that we're using. Don't really understand and like that, and I feel quite protective over them because I do remember them from, the past. I only spoke to your spouse for 3 minutes, but just got very lovely vibes, really, but they definitely need some help. And then I saw you gorgeous and terrifying and wonderful.
And
sitting...
failure.
Oh, I never said failure. Why would you say failure?
Well, I mean, everyone here is thinking it.
I'm not.
We should get everyone.
Okay, let's go. I promise I have the best trick when it comes to that, getting that blood off that fabric. I know it looks bad. No, don't worry.
Before we get to the conversation between Fringe and Lily, I'm going to jump to Crona. What are you doing?
What are you doing, Bessie?
Really quick question, just for logistics. Is Lily walking past me? Because if not, that
Yeah.
changes my decision.
I believe Lily has to get past you to get to Fringe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would probably try and stop her really quick before, though.
Okay.
Excuse me. The powder you took.
Mhm.
Now's kind of a bad time, I'm realizing.
No, it's okay.
Can I
Do you want it?
No, but I would like to research you.
Yeah, no, me or the powder?
Oh, I have a ton of the powder. I
okay, I'm
don't
sorry,
know
I
many
didn't know
people
if you
who've
wanted-
taken it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. If you have any questions, I can answer them.
Let's wait till this is all settled, but I'd like to
Okay.
ask you about your experiences. I think
Sure.
it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want it? Well, I mean, it's fresh right now. It's accelerated pulse. Definitely a rush. Yes, a rush of power. Definitely. I felt more connected to the parts of myself I lost. Definitely, 100%. I was able to draw upon those more unsavory parts. Let's see. I was a little bit mad. I'm still a little bit mad, but I'm pretty good at reining that in and putting it in my special little box. So I'm feeling pretty okay right now.
Okay. May I feel your hand and see if the flesh is the same?
Absolutely. Just do be prepared. I will feel whatever you're feeling. So if you're having some personal thoughts or emotions, they will no longer be personal or private.
That's okay. Emotions don't matter in progress. And I just
Perfect,
go
okay.
and grab her hand.
Oh, wow, you're sad. Yikes.
Yeah, the mortals they disappoint me a lot.
Well, no, this is more nuanced than disappointment. This is, well, I shouldn't psychoanalyze you right now. That's so rude. You're analyzing me. You should talk to Eva.
I think I'm okay right now, but if you want more privacy while I'm interviewing you, we can step into my tower.
Oh, sure. I was actually on my way to talk to Fringe, so maybe after that, but also...
Oh, Fringe can come.
Oh, I love Fringe. Great. I mean, I haven't really met Fringe, but anyone who's honest about muffins, I can trust implicitly. And I'm really, really glad that, when someone just says they like something, but they don't actually like it, and it really hurts you later. I like the honesty. I appreciate it.
Actually, you should invite Fringe, because I don't think they really liked being around me last time I tried to talk to them.
Oh, okay.
I'll wait here.
Oh, there's regret. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like you can't connect with people enough?
It's not really that I can't, it's that I don't need it.
Oh.
When you connect to people, it makes you really emotional, and then it makes you kind of hold back in progressing forward.
And as you're saying that, you're hurting.
Oh yeah, I have been on this plane a little too long. I
hope the plane is kinder to you.
I feel really weird, so
I know.
I'm gonna let you talk to Fringe, and I'm maybe gonna go to my tower first.
Do you want a muffin?
Not right now.
It's okay, it's covered, so the blood didn't get on it. It was covered. I kept them safe.
Won't it get stale if I don't eat it now?
Not my muffins, no.
Oh, okay.
I didn't use butter.
Interesting. Can I get the recipe?
Do you want to study my
later?
muffins? Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm gonna take a muffin. And I'm gonna take a step back and just disappear into my tower.
Okay.
That was weird.
But when the detail was like, oh, we're gonna ask. Oh,
and Crona just vanishes. And
tea without Cronus.
Lily, Fringe is floating nearby, I'm assuming.
They're just there.
Wow, you're big. Wow. Hi.
They kind of tilt their head down to look in your direction.
Oh no, am I scaring you? I'm sorry. I know I look kind of scary right now.
Coated in blood and guts.
Shake their head.
Okay. Do you not like talking that much? Sometimes talking for me is really hard because I have a lot of big feelings and I can't say all of them in words.
I haven't talked much in a long time.
Would you rather talk or do you just want to kind of sit?
There's a pause while they think about their answer. It is good practice.
Okay. It's good practice. What's your favorite color?
They look stumped. I do not remember.
Okay, you don't have to remember it. What's your favorite color now?
They look at the floor.
I like that one too. I like blue, but I have a garden back at home. And I learned that I used to like red, but it makes me kind of sick to look at now. So now I like blue.
They just kind of look at you, like their lips show no emotion. They don't smile. They're just sort of staring at you.
What's your favorite food? Maybe I can make it next time.
I do not know.
Well, it's not muffins.
they kind of look at there's like a pile of crumbs where they had to abandon the pile in order to do their stuff. And they kind of look at the floor. Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Kind of look at it again. I was told I was meant to eat that.
You know, something really important with baking is how it crumbs. And I think you were just being an expert baker and checking how my crumb was.
I like how it feels.
Here. Next time I'll make something you can try, and if you want to pick it apart, you can, and if you want to eat it, you can.
I haven't touched things in a long time.
Okay. She's gonna rustle through her pack for a second, and she's going to pull out a flower, and it is a bright yellow daffodil. I can't reach you. Can you lean down a little bit?
Kind of, they put their feet on the floor, but immediately kind of lift their legs back up because they don't like the sensation, and will just kind of awkwardly lean down from their height.
She's gonna get up on her tiptoes and kind of place a hand on their shoulder just to leverage and place the daffodil like kind of behind their ear.
There is a kind of a sudden sharp movement, and they move their shoulder out of the way.
Okay. I won't touch you if you don't want me to. Would it be easier if you took my hand?
It is foreign.
Is it something you want to try?
I'm just not used to it.
You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just if you wanted to try it.
Kind of look at the open hand and will very cautiously place their hand against yours. You can see every muscle tense quite sharply, but they try to keep their hand in one place.
Fringe, what are you feeling in this moment?
There is I suppose what is transmitted over to you is this, almost like this supernova of intense emotion for all of about a split second, and then absolute nothingness. It's like a hollow emptiness, as if there's nothing there.
I want to give them some of my happy.
Okay. So, what does this happiness that Fringe receives feel like?
It is the absolutely unintentional subconscious kind of smile you get when you hear your favorite song. It's like a blanket draped around your shoulders when you're dozing off from someone who you love. It is someone remembering your birthday and your favorite food. It's little intricate rituals that bring a familiar and intimate kind of loving happiness that makes your chest warm.
They instinctively hold your hand a little tighter, and there is a flicker of a smile on their pale lips. It seems suppressed, even if they are feeling it. They don't outwardly express it very much, but it's enough. It's enough of a sort of a twinge at the corners of their lips that you can tell that they're feeling it, and they straighten up a little bit, but they keep a hold of your hand quite tightly.
She gives it a squeeze.
That feels nice.
You deserve it.
They don't seem to know how to respond. Kind of looking down at you. You're very, very small compared to them. Plus, with the added height of them not touching the floor. And as you're like holding your hand up like that to grab hold of them. Are you coming with us?
Mm-hmm. If you want, we could stay like this for a little bit. I'm sure we can travel that way.
And squeeze your hand again. Okay.
Okay.
And I think it's about this time as Eva and Amaris walk up, seeing Fringe holding hands with Lily.
Oh, how lovely you made friends! Look at you go. Oh, that's a lovely daffodil. Goes well with... Is that what they call daffodils?
Mhm.
I'm really bad with flowers, but
okay.
they're... What do they mean?
New beginnings.
Oh,
And they love the sun. You have to keep them out year-round.
how fitting.
And they're yellow.
And we have a lovely...
They're yellow.
beautiful rose here with all the thorns still attached, and we are going to go home to mine. And I say that with the highest affection and a compliment to you.
Do you have a garden at home?
I can make some room for one.
I think that maybe, is it very green where you are? Maybe we should take a walk while we talk. Fringe can look
Well,
at some of the foliage.
It's going to take some time, but yeah, I have mostly dried flowers everywhere, as not, funnily enough, not a lot of flowers survive in my household, and not because I'm not good at tending them, it just has something to do with the death deity and all of that stuff. But dried flowers I try to keep hanging in my cottage. That's how I make tea.
Where's Crona?
There is one missing.
Studying my muffins.
Well, they were really good muffins.
Thank you.
I don't believe anyone just wouldn't, think of not using butter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are in their tower. Heal them.
Sorry, Fringe, what did you say?
They say quietly, as if they're almost like talking to themselves, they're in their tower.
Wherever that
They're in
may...
the tower.
Tower. Oh, tower. Some people have towers, some people have cabins in the middle of nowhere. Yes,
There's a
that's
little
a
bit
hierarchy.
of a pout on Fringe's face, as if they're analysing the situation, like, how can they get there and I can't travel at all?
Oh.
And I was going to misread that and
just
be like...
holding Lily's hand, like...
I was going to misread that and be like, sometimes when people are upset, they just need some space for themselves. They need to take a step back, and that's probably why he's in the tower.
That space should not be accessible.
Look, sometimes we need to make that boundary, so when they're ready to make that space accessible, that is when you can, enter that space.
That's absolutely true. And on a separate note, it's so funny. Even when I'm not necessarily present or even engaged, people like Amaris can feel vengeful and upset, even if I'm perhaps not there and can't even access those feelings myself.
Do you access people's feelings?
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. Oh, we do need to talk about that. I'm so sorry. And she just, again, like, she's kind of like closing again the cape that she put around you, Amaris, just so in case, like, something else, like, rips. It's like, let's continue walking and talking. Maybe at a quicker pace, just because I don't want anyone to catch a cold, Blood is liquid, after all. We can still catch a cold by being coveted by it.
Crona will find us. We can leave.
Well, he's a god.
Yeah,
like the
that's a
rest
god.
of us.
really
Guessing he wants to find
quick.
his complicated situationship with his spouse.
Yes, Crona?
While this conversation's happening, I'd like to go into my locked room with the dead flesh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I would like just to see if, like, there's any use of this flesh for the project.
For the thing?
Yeah.
Can everybody remove their headphones? Except for Crona.
Okay, can you wave? Because I
I'll wave. You can come back. So how do you go about seeing if this would work?
So, being inspired and hearing that Lily is able to kind of feel her full potential, I really want to try and mesh the flesh together with my own powder that I spark that I have to see if it does anything to kind of work with like the dragon.
Okay. So go ahead and give me. Let's do. You can either pick Grasp Keys or Unleash the Dark.
I think Grasp Keys.
All right. Go for it.
8.
An 8. So
That barely passes.
you begin to kind of craft this powder and this flesh together around this egg that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the skin almost begins to graft around the egg. And you see the powder begins to kind of almost begin to twinkle along the eggshell itself as it begins to wrap together. And you see the egg begins to kind of glow, which this is like the first kind of bit of movement you've seen in this thing.
Okay.
And you see the egg just kind of shake just a bit.
Okay. I am gonna make note of that and then remember that I was waiting for people and hop out of the tower once all the notes are done.
Okay. Come on back, team. Come on back. And Crona steps out of their tower as the group of you are heading to leave.
Out of the tower, as in, can we see them again?
Yeah. Yeah. They whoom back and arrive.
Oh! Did you want some tea then?
We're having tea?
Well, of course we're having tea. Are you not a tea drinker? I promise you that I can change your mind.
No, I'm... And I look at Amaris, looking to see if she feels comfortable or not with that.
She's staring at you. But she nods.
I'd like tea.
Can Eva look at Lily and, do a little, vibe check? What are the...
She's just going to kind of cock her head, look over, and then she's going to place a companionable hand on your shoulder, and you just get the feeling of, ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nothing happened, nothing haven't handled before. And then they all go to the cabin. And, find some furniture in the way.
The group of you head, leaving the Ladies' Woods, which is kind of just abandoned. It seems like all the gods scattered as you leave the Ladies' Woods, and you head and very quickly make your way back to the cabin. And you have all arrived without incident. What do you do once you get to the cabin?
First thing she does is light everything up, light everything up. She's gonna put some fabric over some of the chairs because everyone's still drenched in blood. So it doesn't go on everything, and then she starts going into her wardrobe. I like to think that she just has loads of, because she has this lost and found box. Because again, she's the one that finds, things that are lost. And I like to think that she just has so many clothes of just people that have just forgotten and lost, dresses and suits and jackets. So she's just shows them go on, just choose anything you'd like. And there is a bathroom and a bedroom to change if you'd like to. And if you could please, and she brings out like a wicker basket that she made. You can definitely she made by herself, as it looks very old. She put all of the bloodied clothes and flesh bits that you can find in your hair over there, and I'll find and draw some baths and start start the fire. Just make yourself at home. If you see cats, they're not mine, they are stray, and I do feed them. Oh yes, outside. They're usually they're very playful. If you find the orange one, his name is Oscar. He's very lovely and loves scratches. And she goes and just gets everything ready for everyone. And what you can see in the cabin, it's super cozy, very minimalistic, but there are like dried flowers everywhere. And it kind of feels very timeless, as if you don't know if this cabin was made like then and there or like 500 years ago. You just don't know how long this cabin has been there for.
Okay. So you all begin to get cleaned up. Who takes the borrowed clothes?
Lily will, but first she does want to pull Amaris aside for like 2 seconds.
Ooh. Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, Amaris will
We'll let you do that.
Hi, I just wanted to talk really fast. You're not
I'm
going
listening.
to. Okay.
No, I'm listening.
Ooh, I don't even have to hold your hand to know what you're feeling right now. Wowzers. So I just wanted to say, you seemed kind of perturbed by what happened. So what I wanted to do is, here, 1 second. And she's just going to kind of press her hand down, and all of the blood in your dress is going to out into the outside, through the floorboards, down into the ground.
Thank you.
You don't seem like the kind of person that likes to be messy. So I didn't want to make you suffer that, especially indoors, in pleasant company. Wow, this is awkward. You can talk to me. You don't have to. We're good.
Ian, you don't have to apologize for everything that happened. You saved us all. Exploding guts and everything.
Oh, please. If I hadn't had an opportunity, that's not how I work. I work through the generosity, let's call it, of others. And had I not had an opportunity, I would not have been able to operate. An opportunity which you provided, so it is greatly appreciated.
I provided by failing.
If I recall correctly, you stunned the creature so that it wouldn't further harm me after it had initially. I would not necessarily call that a failure. I would call it martyrdom, which I don't appreciate. Please don't do that again, because you ended up hurt. But I would call it bravery.
You have an interesting way of seeing things. It's refreshing, I suppose.
It's utterly honest, but I appreciate your appreciation, I suppose. I just feel like I can tell you I know you a bit better because, well, you were feeling me earlier. I mean, you were feeling my... Oh, goodness gracious. You were, as it were, I am... Yes. Good talk.
Yeah, we should get changed.
Yes. I am still covered in blood. This has been a lovely conversation. I'm going to shut up.
Fringe, Crona, and Eva, what are you doing?
So Eva is outside just getting water to fill up a bathtub and such so people can get cleaned. So she's outside by a well. She still does things old timey. She's by the well just getting buckets of water. So to get that clean. So she's not in the cabin at the moment.
So you're getting water. Fringe?
Fringe is staring at Crona.
Crona starts to pull out a second set of the same outfit from their bag. They have one outfit, guys. They have one look. Is there somewhere to change, or should I go back to the tower? Do you know Fringe? You seem close.
Where do you go then?
Pardon?
How do you go there?
Well, kind of. You remember when you taught me how to make it? I just feel it intuitively, and I just can step through to it.
But I can't.
Did you want to come?
I don't like your tower.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry that it's not to your light. It's really messy, I know. It's because I get enthralled in the research, and then everything's kind of everywhere.
And they shake their head and kind of hold up their hand as if they're mirroring the one that is prosthetic on you.
Yeah, not every experiment goes well.
They kind of tilt their head as if they're curious.
So, about changing. Is there
They
somewhere
heard
I
a
should
door
go?
open.
Like, just now?
No. Over there.
Oh, like, back there? And they just wave kind of generally.
I heard a door open and something came through. I was not there to shepherd it. That's not how it should work.
Like, they used one of your doors and just came through here?
They opened one of my doors.
And Crona just starts pacing in thought. But only you can go through your doors normally, right?
I nod. Unless I bring someone.
And at the meeting you said that they were closed.
Yes.
Like, you closed them or someone else closed them?
I kind of pause as I think. I was not there to open them.
But if you closed them, you should be able to be the one who should know which door was open, right?
And they shake their head. It's too long.
Okay, don't they leave like a trail or something when they go through?
Can I try and use a skill of some kind to see if I can determine which
Do you want to
door
grasp a
opened?
key? Grasp a key?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me grasp a key.
That's 5 and a 4. So
That's a 9.
total.
So you kind of go into yourself and you begin to focus on which doors are open, because you may have been stuck for a while, but like you still are connected to this ability and to this space and all these types of things. And you kind of let your focus kind of go out. And you can see all of the thousands upon thousands of doors that are shut. And you see the door that you walked through. You see the bathroom door. You see a door in Bastion that is open. And then you see a door that was not open, because you knew about the door in Bastion. You knew about that door, that it was there. You see a door to the far north in the icy, like basically northern region of the world. That door has been opened. And you focus a bit more, and the other end of that door, what walked through that door, came from a plane that you can only describe as the Weave.
So, a creature of magic or something along those lines. Traveling to like kind of the God's Maw area?
Yeah. Which the Maw has been gone for some time now. It is now just a crater. But something from the Weave walked through into the northern regions.
I think there's a moment of processing that, and then they are immediately overwhelmed by the fact that every other door is closed. And they kind of stutter back into themselves and kind of almost like bump into the wall behind them. It's a feeling they haven't been able to tap into for a long time. They tilt their head in Crona's direction. Something of magic, plane of magic, traveling north.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Are you okay? You seem really shaken by this.
Their hands are shaking. They're kind of clutching at their collar a little bit, sinking back against the wall. Too many closed doors. Too many.
And you haven't been able to open them?
Shake their head.
I don't know if this will take too much out of you, but could you try closing the door and then reopening it, the one that was opened without you?
I would like to try. What should I roll for that?
Let's do...
Would that be a power through darkness?
I think so.
Oof. Not fuck this up. Oh, that's 11?
11. All right, so it's a choose one. So you get to
Okay.
tell me what you want. You can mark a condition to exert better control of your power, or you can let the keeper, me, tell you how the situation is not under your control.
Okay. I'll take a condition.
Take a condition? Which condition do you think you're going to mark?
Distant.
Distant. So tell me what happens.
They, as Fringe is not capable on their own of closing or opening doors. That's what their aspects are for. That's what their shepherds are for. So they split themselves into a multitude of versions of them that will go and monitor these doors so they can be in more than one place at once. So they're effectively going to send out an aspect of themselves, but because there is not enough of them to split up, they've got to send out a part of them as a person, leaving behind this kind of more distant husk. So I think they're going to send out the happiness that was given to them, because they know that they will get that job done, because they can be focused and get through what they need to. But it will tear it out of them.
Okay.
They're sending off a shepherd to try and close the door.
We're going to come back to the door. So the group of you spend some time. Yes, Amaris, please.
Can I actually say something before Lily walks away?
Sure.
Hey, wait. I'm sorry that I'm being difficult.
Why?
Because you are checking in on me and being nice for reasons I don't understand because I have nothing to give you. And instead I'm being closed off and sullen and could be being nicer, I suppose.
If I came to you seeking kindness in return, I would leave this conversation exactly what I don't want to be anymore. Seeking things in return for giving kindness. That's what incites that fire that hurts people. And I don't like hurting people anymore.
Which you did.
That wasn't
Once.
a person. Oh, I did once. Just because you hurt people doesn't mean you keep doing it. It doesn't mean that's all that you are.
But how can you be what? How do you know what you are when all that you are is what people invent and accuse and want from you?
You have to figure it out. Because that's not at all what you are, is it? It's not what I was. Not what I want to be. What do you want to be?
Loved.
You know, I was tending to my garden today before this all happened, and I had the nastiest little aphid infestation on my roses. And as I was pruning them and looking at these petals that were torn and bitten and eaten, I couldn't help but think of how pretty they were. Because when the sun hit them just right, they cast these gorgeous little sunbeams on the rest of the petals. These patterns that danced and shift every time the leaves blew across the trees and changed the sunbeams. It was so much more beautiful than the ones that were whole. Not traditional, but a new kind of beauty I didn't even know I needed.
I don't know what to say.
Why say anything? I don't need you to say anything. And you shouldn't feel obligated.
Then let's get cleaned up, I suppose.
Yeah, do you want some tea?
Yes, I think I do.
Oh, tell me your favorites. I try to keep a list so I never forget.
And I think Amaris just goes into a tangent about this minor passion she has for tea and drinks.
I feel like, yeah, that's when, Eva comes in as well. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, here's all the buckets of water, and gets shit done.
All of it's getting written down.
Okay. So the group of you begin to get cleaned up.
Fire.
And, begin to have lots of tea and some snacks, probably. And as you're all sitting around, I think it gets quiet probably for a moment. And Fringe, as you all are kind of enjoying this moment, hanging out, you feel the happiness that you sent reach the door. And you see this frozen wasteland around you. The former maw, where it used to be, now just a large sinkhole. And you see the ground around this version of yourself sees the ground around the maw is this just kind of dirt, like wasteland. Like you see, like what's strange is all of the snow and ice here around the maw itself seems to not return. And you see the door, just the shimmer of it is just on the edge of the maw. What do you do?
Do I see anything like footprints? Do I see any traces of something that has traveled through here?
So you begin to look around and you see a man sitting on the edge of the maw, on the edge of the sinkhole. Just kind of looks like he's like looking down, chucking rocks.
Mortal?
What you see, at least from like the distance, because you're maybe about 60 feet back
I'm
right
not getting
now.
any closer.
He is in what looks like silver armor, like full plate armor. And he has a blue cape that kind of comes down off of one shoulder. Brown hair from behind you see is slicked back. You can kind of hear him humming to himself a little bit. And he just seems to be sitting on the edge of the maw.
Given the trace that I was given as he pushed through my door, I get the impression he's likely not mortal.
Correct. The place that he came from and the way that he arrived, probably not.
Yeah. I will get as much of a look in as I can before sort of taking a step back into the kind of the vast space, and drawing a hand over as if almost like sliding the door shut.
So you look out. Go ahead and give me a grasp of some keys.
6.
So I made you roll grasp some keys to see if you could do this sneakily and peek a look at him. And as you're trying to look to then close the door, you hear him go, "You can come say hello if you'd like."
Hand kind of freezes on the door.
I appreciate you opening the door. It made it a lot easier, honestly.
I did not open it.
I mean, no one else around here really has the will or the power to be able to do it, and that's you, right? Fringe, is it?
They stay in the doorway, like one hand on the edge of this ethereal doorframe. No, I did not open it.
Then how did it open?
You forced your way through.
I don't think I could have gotten through without your help. At least help from this side.
Can I make a check to see if any of my aspects have decided to go running rampant on their own accord?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. Just roll me 2d6. It won't be like a grasp some keys or anything like that.
5.
5. Go. You can mark an XP for this one. You're not sure, but the more you think about it, your mind flashes back to when you ripped the God of Thunder in half and the release of your power. And it's possible that you may have caused this door to swing open.
Why did you come?
Oh. And you see he kind of turns, and you see he's got a very pleasant, like, looking face. He's got kind of like the 5 o'clock shadow, beard going on. And you see this pair of just piercing blue eyes. And he goes, oh, I'm one of the heralds.
Fringe is going to take their mask off. They kind of slip off the mask. And the herald is met with 6 flat golden eyes that all stare kind of quite intensely in his direction. You should not be here.
Oh, I think I should. I'm here to begin the work.
No, I don't think you are.
What do you think I'm here then for?
They are going to step out of the door, and into the crater, I suppose, of Godsmore.
Yeah.
This aspect of themselves will try to stop the herald alone, even if it means getting them killed.
And so do you kind of like strike an aggressive pose?
Yeah, I'm trying to come across as intimidating.
You see he kind of lets out a sigh and puts it, like, slaps his hands on his legs and stands from the edge of the maw. He goes, are you sure you want to do this?
I'd like to use my playbook move, Howling Beauty, which should prevent an attack or interaction because they are stunned by my face
Visage.
without the mask on. Yeah.
Do you have to roll for it?
Doesn't look like it. I have to mark a condition, however, to take it.
Harrowing Beauty. When you peel away your mask of humanity, you may mark a condition and reveal. Okay.
Effectively, I'm trying to give myself the first, like almost
The
like
first
a surprise
move.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see he just kind of begins to take you in. What condition do you mark?
Merciless.
Okay. And you see he's just taking you in. Not moving aggressively. You don't even see a weapon on him.
Fringe, this aspect of Fringe is going to make the first move. Especially now with this condition, there is no part of them that wants to hold back. There's a lot of anguish that has been repressed that is now coming out of full force. and with the threat of now like finally being back and then everything being taken away from him again, they're not willing to give that up.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. Not Unleash the Dark. Let's do. I think it's Confront or Power Through, or it's. What is it called?
Power Through Darkness.
Power Through Darkness.
3.
A 3. So we see this aspect of you dive forward. And what do you do? What do you attempt to do?
Something similar, I think, to how they dealt with the God of Thunder, but this time it's going to be, I'm going to remove your limbs one by one.
So you reach out to create another portal to rend his arm. And you do so successfully. You see the arm just gets torn apart. And you reach out again to get another one. And you feel a strange sensation. As you see him grab the tear that you are attempting to make. With the one remaining arm that he has. And you can feel him crush it in his hand. And he goes, "Well, Fringe, it was nice knowing you." And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us for episode 2 of Rapture. We hope you had fun. I know I did. I've been Alec the Bard, your keeper, your game master. I'm going to toss it around to each of us. People aren't that way, Alec. To say who they are and say goodbye. Toby, why don't you go first?
I'm Toby. I've been playing Fringe. You can find me at toby.exe on all of my social media. That was traumatic. Oh god. Moving on to Brooke.
Hi, I'm Brooke. I'm also traumatized. I want Fringe to be okay. I'm at Booksmart on pretty much every platform. Please, Fringe, be okay. This is all on my mind. Kayla!
That's me. I'm Kayla, and you can find me at A Court of Kayla, and I played Amaris, the goddess you would think would have a strong sense of who she is, and yet is having an identity crisis, and also wants Fringe to be okay. Need to add that. Hulda.
Hi, I'm Hulda, or Hobbitstill, or a Hobbitstill everywhere. I've been playing Eva, and as Fringe, now mother, in some ways. I would like my son to come back and be okay. But don't worry, my whole thing is finding the people that are lost. So we'll find them. Don't you worry. And last but certainly not least.
Oh, hello, I'm Sin. I'm on socials as sensationally.me. I've been playing Crona and having massive regrets about asking Fringe to try closing this door. And I'm so sorry, and I hope they're okay.
All right, gang, we will see you all next time. We will see you during episode 3. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.